Okay, hi friends. Today the video is going to be about hair care, and I guess long hair care at 60. And it's the video that I was pretty sure I would never make, but I've had hundreds of questions about it, what my routine looks like. And while I fear that it may be just a little underwhelming, I thought I would go ahead and just do a quick little video showing you what that looks like. We're going to kind of do it in a couple little clips. So my hair when it's wet, and then kind of going through a little bit of styling, not much. What you see is what you got. And then finally, we're going to talk about the products that I use, and also internally, a supplement that I take that may be helpful and may be beneficial to hair care, hair growth, and nourishment. So here we go. And it's going to be in little clips, but let's get started. Okay, friends, I have had several people, multiple people, ask me to do a hair tutorial, or just to know what my routine is with my hair. So here we are. It's not a whole lot involved, really. I get out of the shower and I leave it in a towel for a little while to get some of the main part of the moisture out, and then well, sometimes I'll pull the top down brushing it, but I brush it with my fingers, and that's it. I as far as what I do with it after a shower, I try not to put heat on it unless I'm in a hurry, to go somewhere, and then I might dry it. But overall, I try not to put heat on it. So I kind of brush it out. Doesn't have to be real finely brushed, and just get some of the bigger tangles out so it's laying flat, and then I kind of go about my business, for a couple hours until it dries. And then I come back in, and after it's completely dry, I will go ahead and brush through it. And sometimes, depending on if I'm going somewhere or not, I will just put some light curl in it, just around the, the parts that are cut here. But I'll put a little curl just to get just a little softer. And then with a throwback to the 80s, I use Aussie Instant Freeze, and I will just kind of lightly go like this with it, which I guess I'll probably record that too in a second, or in a little while. But yeah, I do a little bit of that, not to freeze it hard, but I'll just kind of let it sit there and then kind of run my fingers through it, and it just gives it a little bit more body. And now I'm also going to show you in the next little clip what I do use, what shampoo and conditioner I use, and also supplements that I take that I think that might have some benefits for hair growth and maintenance and all the good stuff. So be right back. Okay, back for part two. It's been about almost 3 hours since I washed and let my hair dry. And so I'm just going to and while it was drying, I did this a few times, right? As it got a little bit more dry and a little bit more dry. And conditioner really does make it pretty soft. So I got a couple pieces out. Anyway, I'm going to go back through and just kind of brush it with my fingers, get any bigger knots out. And then I'm going to give it a brush with the actual soft brush. It's not really pulling any hair at this point because I've gotten all the, the tangles out or anything that were there. I do have thick hair, but I have really fine, thick hair. So it does not hold curl well. And oddly enough, it's really weird. I have wave in the back, underneath in the back, in there mixed in. But then over here, it's just straight as it can be. So anyway, brush it out. It's completely dry now, and I'm probably gonna put a few curls in it, which I don't know, it's not really curl, it's kind of more wave or softness, or to the ends, yeah, and that's about it. I don't years ago, I always had a brush with me, and I would brush it over and over, throughout the day. Forgive my old curling iron here, that's a little squeaky. I would brush it over and over again. I don't do that anymore. If I've been out in the wind, or something like that, or I've had a beanie on, or then I will go ahead and I'll brush it. But I typically don't brush it over and over throughout the day, and I don't always just wear it down. Sometimes I wear it part up and part down with pieces hanging, or I wear it in a ponytail a lot, sometimes a braid. Sometimes a headband. It just depends if I want it completely off of my face or not, which I don't do that often, but every once in a while I just don't feel like hair being around my face, and I'll wear the headband. But this is about it. And I know it may seem a little underwhelming. There's somebody I follow on Instagram who her hair is long. She's 62, and she just did a video actually talking about her hair. Interestingly enough, because I had been planning to do this for a while because I had gotten so many people asking questions about it. And she was showing her routine. I was like, oh, cool. Let's see what she does, because she has really pretty hair. She still colors her hair, but and she has different, hair texture than I do and stuff like that. But she started showing her routine, and oh my goodness, it was, I don't know, 5, 6 separate products at least. And that just felt like a lot to me. Like it was like she does something, every other day, and something every morning, and something when she takes a shower. And it was just like all these different products that she used. And that felt kind of overwhelming to me. Like, I don't think, one of the things I like about having longer hair is not having to have that much maintenance like you do with a shorter or even a more layered cut. But she had a pretty extensive little resume. What am I trying to say? She had a little bit of work she had to do. So, and I am in sore need of a haircut myself, just a trim, and I'd like to get some more layers here. But anyway, that is pretty much all I do. And like I said earlier, I will take a little bit of spray, and I'll go through and soften that up in a minute, because it kind of does hard, but it kind of keeps it I don't know, put together a little bit out of my face some. Okay, part 3 is going to be my shampoo, my conditioner, and the internal things that I'm doing, or that I think might be helping. So here we go. Okay, there we go. That's it. Pretty basic routine, nothing too fancy. I thought I would go ahead and just show you the products that I use, which really is just a shampoo and a conditioner, and it's Purador. These are what I use. This is the one here, and it does say thinning hair. And the main reason I like this one is because the #1 key ingredient is Amla oil. And I'll flip it around if you want to see it there. And Amla is known to be beneficial for hair growth and nourishment. And I think it's something that, be above and beyond just this type of shampoo. If you really take a look at, you'll see, I'm going to talk about it a little bit more here in just a second, but you'll see, just do your own research, and you'll see that it's got proven benefits for hair growth and that type of thing. Also, I use the Deep Moisturizing Biotin Conditioner. And again, this has got a lot of ingredients that I feel pretty confident using. And they're reasonably I got them at TJ Maxx, and you can buy them both on Amazon. And I think both of them are like a smaller bottle. But TJ Maxx, they had the large bottle here. This was $16.99. So it was reasonable. I've probably been using about to right here, and I've been using it since October. And this is myself and my husband. My husband has long hair as well, and he uses both of them too. So that's the shampoo and the conditioner that I use. The only other product that I put on it is I use the Aussie Freeze, hairspray, and I don't even use it to hold it still, but I'll give it a couple sprays, initially after if I've curled it a little bit around my face, and it kind of holds it in place for a little bit and gradually starts loosening up, but it kind of makes it feel a little thicker and holds it a little better. So internally, this is what I'm talking about, Amla powder that I take. And I've been taking Amla for about 9 years, 2017, 2018. And it's a half a teaspoon is the serving, and half a teaspoon to a teaspoon. And I put it in our smoothies. I probably have it 3 to 5 times a week. And again, this is what Amla is. Indian gooseberry is what this is, and it's ground. And I feel really confident about using this. The reason I started using it wasn't because of my hair, though I believe this could be playing a part in the health of my hair. I was taking Amla for the benefits related to cholesterol. It's very powerful, even comparable to some statins. And I have seen improved numbers between my last cholesterol reading in 2022 and the recent one that I just had a month or so ago. So I have seen improvement with really the products that I'm putting in my smoothies being the only additions that I've done. Like, my diet hasn't changed. I'm a pretty strict vegetarian. My diet hasn't changed. That's really been the only things that I've done that I could attribute it to why it would improve at my age, doing nothing additional, without the medications. So that is what I'm taking. I'm not a doctor. I am not saying definitely go do this, because I'm just a person out here, that's kind of chosen to live out loud a little bit. And do your research though, and look into it. And I find it very beneficial and for cholesterol, but also for possibly the hair benefits. That was a little bit repetitive, but Amla, okay, it has, just for example, it has, 18 to 200 times the antioxidant capacity of blueberries, which is huge. It also contains 20 to 30 times more vitamin C than oranges and blueberries. It says making it a powerful booster for immunity and collagen production. And the reason I started taking it is because I saw Dr. Michael Greger, and if you look at nutritionfacts.org, that's the site that he has founded, started, runs, and look him up. I'll put a link in the description, but he speaks to all of the benefits. And also, I have another video that I made way back early in my YouTube journey, so it was probably a little over a year ago, but I reviewed some of the ingredients that I put in my smoothies, which I still take in addition to the Amla, and a couple of them were even listed on the shampoo as well, so like black cumin seed, and there's a lot of benefits there too. So anyway, do your research and you look that up, but that is what I do. That's my shampoo, my conditioner, and what I take. What I don't do, I don't brush my hair out with a regular brush a lot. I don't brush multiple times during the day. If I do anything, I finger comb it and brush it out that way, which leaves it actually looking and feeling a little fuller because my hair is pretty straight. So I do that. I do wear it in ponytails and clips and things like that. If I do put it in a ponytail, I no longer use really tight, hard elastics wrapped like 3 or 4 times like I used to. I use, stretchy material here that actually feels like the old tennis bands kind of, but I think these are goody and they're great because they're nice and thick. They hold your hair really tight, but they don't rip it apart. And that's it. And I don't keep brushing it throughout the day. I might brush it like if I'm out in the wind or something and I come back in and it's gotten, kind of crazy, but that's it. That is my routine. And I know that's a little, I don't know if it's underwhelming or not. I don't know. We'll find out. But that's my routine. And, if you have questions about any of those products, I'm happy to answer them if I can. And but I would definitely suggest looking up the supplementation part yourself and kind of doing some research there and see if that's something that might be right for you. Next video, we're going to talk about my gray hair journey, which is quite a story. I worked with different colors and dyes and everything throughout my whole life. And, when I finally decided that I was done coloring my hair and covering up my roots and fighting it all, which was I guess I started about 10-ish years ago now. We're going to talk about that story. And so that's the video that I'm currently working on next. So that will come after this one. Thanks for watching. If you have any stories you'd like to share about your journey or your hair care or, how you manage it all, I'd love to hear it. Feel free to leave it in the comments. And if you're interested in watching that video coming up about the gray hair transition, then be sure to subscribe and follow along. And we will talk soon. Thanks. Bye.